What is up, Bucs Nation? Welcome to the Loose Cannons Holiday Special. I'm your boy Sammer, hanging out with Stank. If you're new, you're going to end up hitting that subscribe button. And if you are not new, don't forget to hit the like button and leave us a comment on the way out. Stank, it's Saturday night. It's a little bit different for us. I'm here, you're here. Latte's out there cutting up people, making sure they look beautiful for their Christmas dinners. You know, things that barbers have to do. So he's, taking one on the chin, taking one for the team right now. We're coming off of a playoff atmosphere victory in Lambeau Field. I mean, how you feeling, man?
I'm still like recovering from the trip. We won't go into it because we got a package video we're putting together. Our trip to Lambeau was everything I could have ever hoped for, and then some. And the Bucs showed up, which was the best part of the trip, obviously. But an amazing trip nonetheless. We get back, and life was crazy this week for all of us. It's fucking holiday week. Life is complicated. So, we threw together a holiday special. Both of us dressed up for in Christmas spirit, and we can't wait for tomorrow's game. It just feels weird that there's a game tomorrow. Honestly, I feel like I just got back from Green Bay, and all of a sudden there's a game.
I put on my nicest black hoodie, right, for the occasion, obviously. I'm very festive today, as you can tell by the colors. And I can see that you're also festive. Yeah.
Black on black.
Very festive. Anyway, MK, correct. Hit the like button. Yeah, listen, you know what's crazy is the Bucs played the best game of their season so far. It was their statement win. And yet, to me, Stank, that wasn't even the best part of the weekend. That's how crazy that weekend was. And like Stank alluded to, we might drop some teasers throughout the conversation tonight of what happened. But we got some stories that we got to tell, and
we're supposed to have a Green Bay special with Old School who hung out with us all week. We had a huge group of Bucs fans, all amazing. Everybody brought the proper energy. We got absolutely plastered every single night, filled our bellies as like gluttons with cheese curds.
We became Wisconsinites.
We did. Molested constantly for some reason. Wisconsinites love Floridians. My wife was a little jealous, as she should be, because it was it was a lot of talent in that old pasty town. I couldn't believe it.
It didn't start out that way, right? So here I'll mention a few things that happened. We met a really old porn star who is now a talent scout, right?
We did.
I was voted Appleton's best scent, okay? And Stank is a 7.5 in Wisconsin. So,
I'm not Dime Piece Dave, but,
you are up there,
first of all, MK said everybody should hit the like button if you think Stank is ugly.
Hit the
I'm
like
not
button.
MK's type. Obviously, I'm not MK's type.
No.
If you met me, if he, she, or whatever he identifies or it identifies as, may feel differently if they saw this in person. Speaking of seeing this in person, we're going to be in Raymond James Stadium tomorrow to see the boys in person against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who kind of like our stupid cousin down the road. I've never met a real Jaguars fan. Have you?
No, I've never actually. No, like when I'm not even like throwing shade. I've never
No.
actually met somebody who's like,
Never
yeah, I'm
met a
Jacksonville
single Jaguars fan.
Never. I mean, the ones the only fan I really know is that thong Jaguar that they have running around the stadium. Which, before we dive into this, I got to get your opinion on this, man. Like, I feel like mascots should be fat, right? Mascots should be fat and over, just jolly looking, right? Christmas like, and they got this like skinny, slender, just. I don't know, and wearing I'm cool with the thong, but it just looks malnourished. It doesn't look like a mascot.
I mean, Captain Fear is abbed up.
But
I think Captain Fear. Hey, if we're gonna be honest, Captain Fear needs a thong. Captain Fear needs a thong.
I mean, if anything, you'd think the pirate would be the one wearing the thong, right?
The pirate and the thong. They should have a thong off this during like before the game halftime show. Every halftime show we've had this year, terrible. So why not get them out on the field, just thonged up, maybe like a pose down competition.
The last game didn't even have a halftime show.
None. No, the Glazers are like, fuck.
We
Brady's
watched
you.
Red
No
Zone.
giveaways, no halftime shows. Here's this stupid band. Enjoy.
No, they didn't even do a band. We watched Red Zone on the screen. Do you not remember that?
That's right.
Latte loved it.
Joshua Porter said, "Did Stank go barefoot in Green Bay?" Do you not follow me on Twitter, Joshua?
There were very select moments where he wasn't, and it was, I'd say 85% of the time he was barefoot, which is pretty wild. It was decently cold. It was nice. I liked it. Stank seemed to like it a lot. We didn't snow. Yeah. We were a little bummed out about it, honestly. But
Joshua,
anyway.
I put out more foot content than most OnlyFans girls. If you follow me on Twitter, it's free too.
Hey,
it's free.
You're getting those bots now too.
I am. I get lots of foot bots. I'm definitely the leader in the clubhouse as far as foot content of anybody that I know of. Anyways, I'm just putting it out there, and it's not for me; it's for you.
Yeah. Anyway,
honestly,
Bucs had a playoff-like atmosphere. Stank. Lambeau Field was amazing. Bucs come away with a victory, and Bucs are feeling pretty fucking confident right now, man. Feeling like another good week of practice. I've heard from a bunch of different journalists that the vibe in the building is completely different. These guys go on a 4-game losing streak. Now they're looking at possibly a 4-game winning streak. Things are feeling good, man.
Winning is the best deodorant. Me, everybody else wanted to fire everybody. Just a few weeks ago, it was fire everybody. Fuck the season. My entire timeline and fucking anything Bucs related was just draft content. Half the fan base wanting us, begging us to lose, pissed when we won, and now look at us. Their destiny's in our own hands, which makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna roll through the rest of the season." Slow down a little bit, all right? The Jaguars. How do you say it? Jaguars.
Jaguar. You say it enough times, it doesn't even sound like a real word. Just sounds like we're saying it should be the Jacksonville gibberish. That's what we're calling from now on.
Yeah.
Even though they spelled.
Well, anyways, the Jaguars really need this game.
Jaguars.
They're lying. They pushed their quarterback through the concussion protocol. He's probably dumb and dazed out there. It's going to be an interesting game. They need this game. We need this game. It's Florida man versus Florida man, which you just never know what's going to happen out there. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even feel like the game should be tomorrow. It's Christmas. Like, what are we doing? We got a football game on Christmas Eve? What?
I mean, it feels like it'd be the perfect gift to give us a 4th game, continue to control our destiny, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Packers game because we didn't get to yet, but man, what they put on there has tons of reason to give them the confidence that they're walking around with right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're also kind of humble about it. Like, all right, we know what we got to do, and I think they found a little bit of a recipe there. Dime Piece Dave crying out behind the microphone, Stank.
Dime Piece Dave cried.
That means he's feeling it. It means he's feeling it behind closed doors, and he's like, oh fuck, that weight off his shoulder. He's like, I finally called a goddamn game at the NFL level.
incredible to see him break down, which just pulled at my heartstrings. Made me feel weird inside. Honestly, honestly, I felt a little weird when I watched it.
I mean,
I don't know how I felt, but it made me feel weird and tingly. Jay in the chat says it's Jaguars, not Jaguars. Thanks, man. I appreciate you clearing that up because I've been saying it wrong this whole time, evidently.
It's Jaguars. That's
what he said. He said it's Jaguars,
it's Jaguars,
not Jaguars.
Not Jaguars.
Right.
It makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I mean,
Anthony Coleman says Green Bay was by far my favorite trip so far.
Yeah.
Not even close. By the way, Anthony was our protector the entire time. Stayed right there. What I don't know, the military clock. He was right on your 6 the whole time.
He was on my 6 the entire time.
I didn't
have to look where I was walking because he was basically like that coach that McVay has, where he was just kind of grab me by the shoulder, get me back on, out of the street, out of harm's way.
Always keeping us in line, keeping us where we needed to be. Neither of us got arrested. You guys made me do illegal drugs on the streets of Wisconsin. Didn't get arrested.
They're illegal there. They're illegal there. Yeah, but hey, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for coming out of your shell. Right?
Thanks, dude.
Right. And then the other thing that we didn't mention, not only did we meet a porn star, but we also met something called pickle vodka.
Bro, I fucking loved pickle vodka.
White people,
loved
man.
it.
No, that's
so goddamn good. So good. Pickle vodka, my new favorite. If you guys haven't tried it, I don't know if they even sell it here in Florida, but there I was smashing pickle vodka the entire time. It just made me feel right, bro. Something about it. Perfect.
I wasn't going to because white people, you guys tend to go too far. You cross the line every single time. It feels like that was a line. Pickle vodka, no thanks. You know what else we fucking met? We're not even talking about the game. You know what else we met?
No.
We met the world's best stuffed chicken wings.
The world's only stuffed chicken wings, as far as I know. By the way, we have a super chat. Mac, what's up, Mac? Mac said Aaron Stinnie was the missing piece that completely changed this O-line. Dude has saved our franchise twice now. We owe a Super Bowl ring to the guy. And from all accounts, I still haven't even rewatched the game. I know most people.
He's a stud. Locker room favorite, by the way, from what I've heard. The guys love Aaron Stinnie. But, I mean.
Tampa CT in chat said it was a great trip, well organized. I agree. Well organized. You know how many hours I spent, CT?
Yeah. Anyway, Roscoe Hash says Wisconsin is a weed man's
organizing that
worst nightmare with a dry state. Listen, Roscoe, I thought the same thing going in there, but you know what? Our new plug came through in Wisconsin on the trip. I mean, it feels like he's going to be going with us from here on out, right, Stank? I mean, I don't even know how he got it in, honestly. But hey, primo. Anyway, let's talk about the game.
Dylan Curran in the chat says trip was amazing. Thanks for everything, Loose Cannons.
You're welcome.
What can we say? Listen, I'm not a pat on the back kind of person.
No, dude, fuck you.
Bro, I'm not gonna
let you joke about it.
I planned such a great trip.
No.
I did a good job.
Yeah, Roscoe Hash, shout out the plug. Absolutely. Hey, I don't even know his name. I'm really bad with names, and that's really terrible because I organize a lot of the people's names on the Excel document. But his name is the plug from now on. That's all I'm going to call him. If you're watching the show, I'm sorry, man. I don't remember your name, but you're plug from here on out. That's even better. I think that is like almost a badge of honor, right, Stan? It's better that I don't know your name. I don't even know your name, and I've known you for how many years now?
Yeah.
No idea.
I forgot. I don't even know my name half the fucking time. Another super chat. Greg de Cruz from the jungles of South America, right? Isn't that where he is right now? Somewhere in the jungles in South America?
Who, Greg?
Costa Rica, somewhere. Every time I see him post a picture, he's in like a tree canopy.
Yeah, there's a lot of foliage. It looks like somebody gave George of the Jungle a selfie deal there.
He said, glad you guys are back in living color. Is this in color now?
Yours is in black and white still. Bucks by 30 says, highlight of the trip was singing Country Roads at the Saturday night event with Sammer. Yeah, you guys sang it. I sure as fuck didn't.
Yep.
No thanks.
Yeah, anyway. Shout out to Jason Light for giving me a lock of his hair. I appreciated it. I know it was awkward to have another grown man cut your hair in a bar as he's taking pickle juice shots, but thank you, Jason. I apprate that. And that was all for you, Bucks by 30.
Enough about the trip. We don't want to steal thunder from the rest.
Football game tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a big deal. We want to do it all with Latte and with Derek, old school. All right, Stank. Bucks offense looked pretty fucking good. against the Packers. Looked like they unlocked some hidden features they didn't know about. I guess they leveled up in the video game. They figured out that they could throw the ball early downs. They could throw the ball down the field. They could get both wide receivers involved in the same game. And Rashad White was a fucking stud, and Dave Canales called the best game of his career so far.
Best game of his career by far.
Question now.
Even through some guy named Herman Moore is on this team. I didn't even know that he signed with us.
I didn't either.
He caught a touchdown, almost gave it up at the goal line.
Actually, his name's Dave Moore. If you remember, he also played tight end back in the day. Yeah.
Did we re-sign Dave Moore?
We re-signed Dave Moore. He's gotten a lot thinner, a lot faster too. Guy, I mean, he's been working out. Apparently, he brought back his fastball. Anyway,
I want to see more of that guy. You know?
Yeah. Hey, we did see more of him. That's the thing. On third downs or those 3 wide receiver sets, it used to be Trey Palmer. Now all of a sudden, we're seeing Dave Moore out there. Dave Moore running with Mike and Chris, and Dave Moore looks like he's got more trust with the coaches and the quarterback. Ball's going his way on third down. A couple key conversions going to his hands, and of course that touchdown that almost turned into a massive fucking problem. I know you were sweating your dick off in that fucking in the bleachers when that happened. But my question to you, Stank, can Baker and Dime Piece Dave and the offense now keep this rolling? Because they have actually been playing pretty good recently, leading up to that culmination of that Green Bay 34-point explosion with no defensive touchdowns. Can they keep it rolling?
The 34-point Dime Piece Dave Bukaki we put on the fucking Green Bay Packers and their fans. They left early. Can you believe like the best fan base in all of fucking sports? They left early. They pulled a Devin Garnett and they left early. And we just sat there and celebrated. It got really cold once they left. Most of the body heat when it left the stadium definitely got a few 3 degrees cooler.
Yeah, got more wind. Well, they're all kind of jam-packed, they're all squishy. And once the squishiness left, a lot more airwaves coming in through from the wind. Mudfish Matt
we got
says,
super chat.
Before that, Mudfish Matt, we're talking about Dave Moore being skinnier and faster. He said he's also got a hell of a tan.
He does, bro. He looks golden.
He did, yeah. He got a little bit darker, yeah, for sure.
Once you read that super chat from Joey Salas, because it's to you.
Sammer, you got any connections to the gaming industry? We need to get Stank into GTA 6. Just wanted to say, Melee Kalakamaka. Fuck the Saints and go Bucs. What is that? What's Melee Kalamaka? Is that a GTA?
That means fuck the Saints.
That means fuck in what language?
That means fuck the Saints. Yep.
In what language?
In Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, that language, that the guy, he pulls his heart out and he's like, Kalima Mele Kalamaka.
No,
I think pretty sure whatever that is.
What does he say though?
That's Kalima. I know that.
Yeah.
Shakti Day.
Anyway, Greg DeCruz, we're just reading the chat today. No, give me your fucking answer here, man. Can they continue this? Can they keep rolling, Stank?
Of course they can keep rolling. Like we need to get hot. We needed to get hot, and it seems like we're getting hot at the right time. Seems like Dime Piece Dave is just kind of unlocking it a little bit, right? He's finally putting the whole offense out on the field. But we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Baker. Baker, maybe after the sack fumble, looked like a completely different quarterback out there. I don't even know if the TV did justice. Some of the throws he made, some of the windows he was throwing into, he was locked in. That's kind of what we're going to need, honestly. Jacksonville's got a good defense. Josh Allen, we've already got beat by one Josh Allen this season. That guy is a problem. If we don't come out and continue what we've been doing, get Rashad the ball, in the flats, continue to have a decent run game, and attack and not play passive, the Jaguars could easily beat us. Jaguars, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's what made that game kind of stand out to me is we were aggressive on both sides of the ball. We were aggressive on offense real early. And people are like, oh, you got to run the ball a certain number of times with Rashad. It wasn't that. It was that they set the run up with the pass, but they were also consistent in trying to, kind of pound that rock and just kind of slow the game down. They had a 7-minute possession to start the game. That's massive. But again, they weren't running their heads into the brick wall with the first down runs and kind of forcing the issue on 2nd and 17, 2nd and 18. What were we doing on 2nd and 18? We're completing 25-yard passes for first downs. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this is the offense. This is what it's supposed to be. But listen, to your point about Josh Allen, that is, Tristan Wirfs has been kind of, he's been kind of hobbled the last few weeks. He hasn't looked like himself. He's giving up some pressures. He's giving up a couple sacks. So need him to kind of be A-okay. He has I don't think he appeared on the injury report this week. Had a pretty clean report across the board for this team. So that makes me feel pretty good. And the other side, Lawrence wasn't supposed to play up until I think this afternoon. Now he's all of a sudden out of concussion protocol, which I don't know how any of that shit works because it feels
I don't
like
like
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't like facing backup quarterbacks.
That's
I'd
what I was
rather
getting
him play.
to. You should feel good now that we're facing the actual starter. But he could be, a hit or two away from getting knocked back out of the game again. And so that leads me to saying Todd Bowles is to continue whatever he was doing against the Packers. He mixed it up real well against Jordan Love. He got after him. He played back a little bit. They played decent coverage on the back end. It was such a good game from all facets of it. And Camarda being a fucking stud, of course. So, I'm confident because, like I told you pre-show, Stank, the Jaguars remind me a lot of the Packers. Up and down team, decent head coach, young quarterback. Again, inconsistencies there. You can get after them. You can beat them. I think they lost to the Bengals with their backup quarterback and a litany of injuries on their team as well. So it's not I don't want to say it's a gimme, but the Bucs, if they play the way they played against Green Bay, they should be able to win this game.
They should be. Listen, we know Calvin Ridley. He's been in this division. Our corners should have a good idea what the guy's capable of. Evan Ingram, as Don Flamingo just mentioned in the chat, we always seem to just get diced up by tight ends. Just we have forever. So I'm expecting that Evan Ingram's going to have the biggest game he's had all season. Because I think he just scored his first touchdown a couple weeks ago. But just expect he'll probably get his. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout. We'll see, though. The pass rush hasn't been there for our defense. We just haven't been getting pressure up front. And because of that, we give up a lot on our back end. I think the only person that did touch the injury report was Antoine Winfield Jr., which is the only guy you really don't want to see hobbled out there or potentially not 100% because he's the heart and soul of this defense. But Vita's been banged up. Maybe they're getting healthy enough now to where we can see the defense put, one of those performances down and have a more of a balanced game because it's always the defense dominating, the offense sucking or vice versa. If we could put all three phases together, last week was our most complete game, but continue to do that and maybe get that pass rush going. Shaq Barrett's been quiet. Most of our pass rushers have been very, very quiet. JTS is JTS. Yaya's not a big sack guy, but he's putting pressure. So we need to put pressure on a guy like Trevor, hit him often and early, especially if concussions are in his head.
Yeah.
Get him off his mark.
He's not going to want to get hit, but he's thrown as most quarterbacks. You hit him, you kind of shake him up, you get him out of his game, and it affects their offense a lot, obviously. But yeah, Ingram, big deal. That'll probably be the tallest test for the KJ Britt fans out there in terms of KJ Britt having to play. He's going to have to play another fucking awesome game. I haven't really seen him get exposed too much in the passing game in terms of covering guys because it's not really his game. But this could be one of those games where they have the ability, the other team, to pick on him. As opposed to using their wide receivers. They have Ingram, who plays like a wide receiver. But Stank, to your point about Shaq, it's kind of weird. I've always wondered this. I know he doesn't like to rush from the other side, but why not have him rush next to Vita Vea? I feel like he would benefit more considering he's older. He's coming in off that injury. He feels like I don't want to say he's lost a step, but he's still not back to who he's supposed to be if he ever gets to that point. So why not flip him? Have him rush from that edge and really benefit from what Vita Vea creates havoc-wise and attention-wise, because then I think he can kind of get off a little bit more. But you really can't ask for more from from Vita and from Kalijah. But of course, we haven't talked about Devin. Devin's apparently supposed to play somehow in this game, and I feel like if he's going to be used, they're going to try to use him in a blitz fashion, create some more pass rush. I don't want to say they're going to use him as the edge because I don't think he can do that, and I think they know that he can't do that. But they're going to figure out ways to put him in on early downs where he can run blitz, get after the quarterback, and not be exposed. But we'll see how that plays into how the Jaguars attack him.
Todd Bowles, people forget that guy is an insane man when it comes to designing and figuring out kind of where to drop guys in and does crazy things. I mean, we all remember fucking Vita Vea dropping back into coverage and just absolutely fucking murdering. I forget the running backs. Yeah, Aaron Jones. So he's going to find a way to use Devin. If they really do plan on using Britt and Devin on the field, I think they'll find a way. And obviously Devin's still coming back from whatever injury, whether it's his ankle or whatever the case may be. He hasn't been 100% mentally, physically. And let me hit the super chat. But Max says, don't underestimate a motivated Devin White. People forget his game. He has game-changing talent. Yeah, he does have game-changing talent when he's healthy and when he's motivated. And I think he's fully motivated now, because for him to come out and say he's essentially reading the headlines. He knows people are questioning him. People are questioning his game. People are questioning his heart. He's saying he's given up on his team, and we won't go into that too much. We've talked enough about the Devin White saga here, but why not? We still need all the best players to play big, and we know that he's capable of playing bigger than he has. So let's just hope that we see a newly refreshed Devin out there flying around to the ball, and maybe on a pitch count he can do that a little bit more, and he doesn't have to save himself because he's playing fucking the entire game. So we'll see.
To me, when I heard him come out and say what he said after Todd Bowles kind of threw the ball into his court when the journalist asked about him, it feels like they're like almost a little bit of Phil Jackson-esque type of mind game type of thing to try to kind of light a fire under his ass. Like, hey, we will bench you. Have no problem doing it. And we're going to throw it to you. And now it's up to you, man. And I think they're hoping that this lights a little bit of a fire under his ass. Not because they plan on keeping him, because I feel at this point that ship has sailed, probably, staying.
Yep.
But
for sure,
they do know if he's on this team, he can still create things that help the rest of the guys out there. He can still be a massive part of the defense. He could still have an impact. And I think we might see that happen. I wouldn't be shocked if he has a 2-sack game somehow. And if he's flying around, he's the fastest of the pass rushers, obviously, when we send him in. Yep. If he gets after Trevor Lawrence, man, and he wreaks some havoc, that's going to help us. So I think he understands that. I think he's been pissed off. Comes out there, plays mad. That'd be great. I like guys when they play mad. That's usually you get the best version of athletes when they're pissed off, chip on the shoulder, and they're out there to prove something. And especially in a game where you're hating people, it should be fun, man. It should be fun.
Well, that's been our criticism of Todd Bowles from the beginning. Like call these motherfuckers out, bro.
Yeah.
Like BA's your best friend, and you've been under his wing for so long. You see how he was able to motivate guys. Even a guy like Tom, calling him out, pissing him off. Like, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to ruffle guys' feathers. Use that old Parcells psychology and light a fire under a guy, because that's the kind. Like, look, Bill Byers says, why do NFL players need to be motivated? I don't know. Most of these guys are young guys, man. These are still young kids. I'm old enough now I can call these guys kids. They're in their early 20s. Devin's a guy who's got a big ego and believes in his ability, thinks he's one of the best linebackers in the game. And to see him fail out there, and knowing that he hasn't been consistent, he'll have flashes in a game where he looks amazing, and then you'll see where he just looks like he's disinterested or not running with any kind of effort out there. I don't know. I personally can't speak to his will or his heart or whatever it is. We know that he thought he was a $100 million linebacker, and he probably dialed it back and said, fuck these guys. I'm gonna give it half an effort, and I'm gonna coast through the rest of the season. I'm gonna go get paid somewhere else. But you're just letting the team down, bro. You're letting Levante David down. You're letting everybody down by doing that, and we can see it. So
people who ask why would an NFL player need motivation beyond being an NFL player? Listen, everybody can become complacent regardless of where you work. When you get a raise, you become the greatest employee for what, like a month or two, and then you kind of fall back and you chill out a little bit. I'm making more money. I'm getting a longer lunch break, whatever it may be. Well, guess what? This guy won a fucking Super Bowl in his second year in the NFL? Second or third year?
Yeah, second.
Second year in the NFL. He's already getting paid ridiculous money. He's a top 5 pick. Like, I'm sorry, but that is literally the recipe for becoming complacent. And people are like, oh, he can get $100 million on his next check. I'm like, money, at some point, it's just you already have a ton of it, right? And I understand that. Like, you just got to have it on the inside. I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but you could become complacent because you're like, I got all this. I got all these fucking horses. I got money for the rest of my fucking life, whether I play hard or not. I got a Super Bowl. Like, some people aren't Mike Evans that need to be in the Hall of Fame. Some people aren't Derek Brooks, professionals every single day of their life. Like that, it can happen. It can happen to you guys. It can happen to these guys. So,
yeah, you bring up a good point, Sammer. It's the horses. I think it's the horses' fault. You have to have one focus. You can't just focus on horses. You need to focus on football. All right. You need to go put those horses away. We'll put them down, donate them, get rid of them, and get back to football.
Well,
because before
thing,
you had horses, lots of them, and stables, you were great. And now look at you.
But here's the thing: when you have a stable of horses, you're worried about coyotes, right? You're also worried about panthers. You're also worried about the wild jaguars that are all over town, obviously in the area that he has these.
That's a
horses,
good point,
right?
Man.
So if there's ever been a game for Devin to turn it on, it'd be the game against the Jaguars. He hates Jaguars. He hates them because he wants to protect his fucking horses from these Jaguars, right? That's a big deal here. So I expect to see a fully motivated and very hateful Devin White on Sunday.
Amazing point, Sammer. No, he needs no more motivation than the logo on that other helmet over there because, like you said, more than Super Bowl rings and trophies and money, he loves his horses. And so why not go out there and attack those Jaguars before they have a chance to attack your babies? And look at Trevor Lawrence, bro. That guy looks like a hybrid human. He's definitely
he kind of looks like a horse. He got a little bit of horse face.
He kind of does look like I didn't want to say it in case his family's watching. But
but if I'm a guy, I got a bunch of horses, I got a stable of them, I'm a big horse guy. I'm like, I want that guy in my fucking stable. Like I want to wrangle his horse face, take him home with me back to Tampa, put him in 45 stables or whatever the fuck he calls it.
Are you saying you want to see Devin White or Devin Wright?
Yeah.
You want to see Devin White ride
Trevor Lawrence out of the tunnel, fucking Bo style, right? Bo Jackson, right through stables, all the way down from Jacksonville, all the way down to wherever the fuck they are in Tampa. And he's like, I got me a new horse. And the horse is going to look at him and be like, he's got a weird blonde mane, but he's got a horse face. So that obviously that's a horse. And they're not going to know any different. I mean, we've just figured this out for tomorrow's game.
Bro. We have. You're not going to get this kind of breakdown anywhere else. No. I mean, no disrespect to the professionals
or the horses out there
cover this team. They don't really know the intricacies like me and Sammer. First of all, Sammer, you were raised out on the plains with wild horses, from what you were telling me, right? As a child.
I'm sorry, Arabs. We know horses.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I didn't want to allude to that,
we know horses.
Out on the dunes.
Also, I'm kind of half horse, right? You've seen it, I mean, you can speak to it. Also, we have a horse on our team, Jake Camarda. I mean,
that's true,
right?
That's true.
I'm pretty sure Devin's like, I can't take that guy home because he's my teammate, but I can take Horseface and make him one of my horses.
You think maybe that's the reason Devin hasn't been performing up to standards, because there's a bigger horse in the locker room?
In a room, yeah.
And he's like, damn, dude, I used to be the big horse in here. I used to swing it, and then Jake Camarda gets drafted to this team. Coincidence? All of a sudden,
probably got a horseshoe on that thing too. You can hear him through the showers. Just dragging that thing along behind him, and dude, come on, Jake's around the corner. God damn it! Get your towels on, boys. Jake's coming through.
Get your fucking towels on, because you got a fucking Clydesdale in the room now, right? Listen, we may have gotten slightly off track, guys. There's a game tomorrow. We don't. Travis Etienne. We haven't even mentioned that guy's name yet, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you scared of him? Does he strike any kind of fear into you?
No, because
former Gator great.
Yeah, but we played Kamara, we played CMC.
Oh wait, just kidding. He didn't play for the Gators. He played for Clemson.
No, he played for Clemson. His brother plays for the Gators.
Who just transferred to play for the Gators.
He's transferring, by the way.
Excuse me. Omit that from this film.
Yeah, but he does. He does pose an issue. But I think the Bucs are pretty good with the running back position on defensive side of the ball. I'm more concerned with their tight end, honestly. But listen, you go after and you sack that horse-faced quarterback of theirs, and they're not completing passes, right?
You're right. Yeah. You got to cut the head off the horse. You got to cut that horse-face head off.
You got to cut the horse-face head off the horse. Or the Jaguar. No, you got to cut the horse-face head off the Jaguar.
You do. Listen, bro, I still have lots of pickle juice vodka in my bloodstream right now, bro. I've been trying to get it out. This is like a long-lasting, almost like mushrooms or something, dude. It's different. It hits quite different.
Hey, we were pretty lit almost from Thursday until Sunday night. And we didn't get to sleep on Sunday night either, right?
Oh, I wonder why.
We'll get into it later. Anyway, all right, Sank, let's wrap this up. It's time for our score predictions.
Put this one in the bag.
And our bold.
Put this horse in the bag.
Yeah, let's put this whole. Dude. This might be our best breakdown ever, honestly.
really.
How do you beat this
Absolutely.
team? You cut the horse face head off the Jaguar.
That's right.
Exactly how you beat this team. All right, Stank, your score prediction. I nailed last week's score prediction that we did without a show, just an FYI. But give me your score prediction in a bold take, not involving horse face.
Yeah. My score prediction. Season's on the line for both teams right now. We can't afford to fall on our face. We've got the evil empire just, coming up next. We can't afford to look ahead, right? We can't afford. So we need to come out there, put our best foot forward. I feel it's going to be a little bit of a nail biter. Little bit of a nail biter. I'm going to say Buccaneers stay in the 30s. 33 seems like a nice round snowman number. Christmas is tomorrow, after tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and give us 33 Jaguars, 33-20.
How's that a nail biter? That's literally.
Well, I mean,
we just won 34-20.
No, we take like a comfortable lead at the end of the game, but most of the game into like the middle of third quarter, it's going to be like somewhere in the 25-20 range, and pick six. We end up scoring and going for two for some reason. 33-20. There it is.
Yeah, doesn't ever
put it in the books.
You score. All right, bold prediction or bold take.
Bold prediction. Devin White, angry.
Hates
just angry at the world.
Hates Jaguars.
Hates Trevor Lawrence. Hates Jaguars. He comes out and he puts his dick squarely back on the table again. He shuts everybody up, this entire fan base full of crying Karens, and he says, I'm getting my $100 million, not from the Bucs, not from Jason Light. Definitely not from Jason Light and the Bucs. Hey,
I get it from an NFL team.
Hey, for real. Definitely not from the Bucs. But yeah, he's gonna put his dick on the table, put it down, and that's my bold prediction. Devin White comes back, makes his presence known, and has a good football game. Yeah, plays well.
I agree with that, actually. I really do think two sacks for that young man.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I just kind of stole it from you.
Yeah.
But what's your bold prediction, Sam Raleigh?
So here's my score prediction. I'll go with score first, all right? I think they kind of curtail and wrangle those Jaguars pretty damn well. Mm-hmm. Hold them to 16 points. And the Bucs score 28. 28-16. Bucs win. Not very close. Pretty good game on defense. They understand what they got to do, and they get after Trevor Lawrence, and that's really how everything kind of works in our favor. And Baker, the offense, and Rashad continue doing what they've been doing, and Don P. Dave gives us a back-to-back beautiful performance from that chiseled-faced, beautiful man. I mean,
bro, he cried at the podium.
And women pregnant.
Yeah, women pregnant. I think I might be pregnant. And
you just gave birth recently. You're breastfeeding currently. So I know you were lactating.
I'm currently
lactating
right now. And that's probably why I'm so emotional. When I saw Dave cry, I also cried. We were crying together. I'm just in that phase right now. Call it postpartum. Call it whatever you want. But yeah, I feel like Dave he just came into his own. Have you ever come into your own?
Oh, I've come into my own, come into other zones. Plenty.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, he did. He came into his own right there in Wisconsin. We saw him come into his own in person.
Yep.
And hopefully he's going to come even more tomorrow.
Into his own. Yeah. It's funny. If I would have known he was going to come into his own.
And on to others.
We would have sent him that porn star that we met, right? We would have sent him right up to the room.
Yeah. Hey, I want you guys to picture like one of the retired Price is Right girls. That's what Sammer made a friend, and she had a whole cool life. We'll talk about more on the next episode as we recap our Green Bay trip even more. But yeah,
she gave us some insight on one Ron Harper, former Chicago Bull.
Yes, she did. She's seen some pretty famous
horses,
body parts. Horses, right?
Yeah, she's seen some pretty good horses. All right, my bold take. Since you stole my bold take, honestly, with Kevin White, Baker has another 300-yard day. Another 300-yard day, 3 touchdowns. Chris, Mike, and Dave Moore, reincarnated Dave Moore, catches another one, solidifying himself as the truth wide receiver 3 on this team. Rachaad White continues doing what he's doing. And you know what? I have a feeling that Rachaad White breaks 1,000 yards this Sunday, folks. Gets himself over that. I think he only needs like 137, something like that. Right over that. Finally get our first 1,000-yard rusher since Doug Martin, by the way. Muscle hamster. Bucs win 28-16. It's going to be a great day. We control our destiny. And then after that, guess what, Stank? It's Fuck the Saints week. We're back. We're going to talk about the Green Bay trip with our brothers. And then we're going to go full on Fuck the Saints. It's going to be New Year's Eve. I mean, New Year's Eve. I'm bringing my son for the first time to Fuck the Saints Sunday. I mean, he's never experienced this before. It's different. I'm not going to earmuff him like I usually do. Like, we're letting it all go.
Now. I'm gonna say something now. This probably I should probably save it for next week.
You should.
But I've been thinking a lot about this. Should I tease it? Should I say it? Now I feel like I should wait.
Go ahead, man. Maybe tease.
I think most people have tuned out at this point. So I am gonna do something bold. If and when the Bucs beat the Saints and knock them out of the playoffs, this is gonna be permanent. Permanent.
That game will be for the division.
There's a mantra that I live by. As you guys know, I may have an issue. I say it all the time. It's my favorite hashtag. I may permanently add that to my body somewhere.
I'm just gonna fuck the Saints tattoo.
I think so, bro. Why not?
Listen, I saw a tattoo the other day that I was thinking about you when I saw it, and I'm pretty sure you should get it. So on your left ass cheek. Was there a
horse involved?
On your left ass cheek, it should be put in here when drunk with an arrow.
I'm already supposed to get. I owe somebody.
Yeah,
my own face on my ass. I do owe that, which I will ultimately get. But anyways, hold on. By the way,
hold on.
Mele Kalamaka. Wait.
Means Happy New Year's or something.
Kali Kimaka means Merry Christmas in Hawaiian. So Mele Mekalaka to all you people.
Listen, before I want you to think about this, Stank, and I want you to absorb it after Sunday's game, okay? When we walk out of that stadium with a W, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That week will be championship week because it'll be a championship game. All on the line for the Bucs to three-peat as NFC South champs. I know we don't hang banners for that because we're adults and we're not stupid people who live in New Orleans. But, hey, it's a big deal.
No, we're not.
It's a big deal.
Oh, by the way.
And that will be a championship game that we're going to, Stank.
We had one more super chat by Mac, $2.
Derek Carr, $100 in total guarantees.
$100. Hey, that's all he's earned.
Yeah, it is.
That's all he's earned for sure.
Those of you who are new, please hit the subscribe button if you want to participate in this ever again, or maybe not. And those of you who have been here and love us and appreciate everything that we do, because we are the greatest at breaking down NFL film and NFL games and predictions and whatnot. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And, of course, leave us a comment. Give us your score prediction. And, listen, Christmas is around the corner. I'm being festive. Obviously, I'm dressed up, feeling real, real great.
Yep.
We appreciate all you motherfuckers. All right?
We really do.
We appreciate you
guys. To everybody here.
Maleka Maka Laka Loka, whatever you're saying. Feliz Navidad, the whole deal. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Happy New Year, the whole deal. Yeah, go out, punch a Jaguar tonight. Make yourself feel real good tomorrow before we take a horse face off a Jaguar, because apparently that's the only way you beat them. And don't forget, you could listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, wherever the fuck you listen to audio shit. But, you should probably
grab your wife or girlfriend's phone, subscribe on her phone too.
Yeah, come on. And Stank, phrase of the day, you gotta cut the horse face's head off the Jaguar.
You do. You do. Go Bucs.
That's how you do it. Go Bucs.